Hi, this is Peter Labrie, and this is my daily video for Saturday, May 16th of the year 2020. In 1771, in this day in history, we have the Battle of Alamance, a pre-revolutionary war battle between the local militia and a group of rebels called the Regulators. Occurs in present-day Alamance County in North Carolina. In 1842, the first major wagon train headed for the Pacific Northwest put out on the Oregon Trail from Elm Grove, Missouri, with 100 pioneers. I included the story because there's a lot of fallacies about wagon trains. Wagon trains didn't actually have wagons in a train formation, one in back of the other, because the first wagon would create dust, the next wagon would create more dust, and a few wagons back, they couldn't even breathe. So wagons were actually horizontal, with a wagon here, and a wagon here, and that's how they travel, so they wouldn't breathe each other's dust. Then there's the fallacy that Indians would attack wagon trains. Virtually never ever happened. Indians would occasionally filch a horse or a cow or something like that because animals were of value to Indians. But the whole idea of attacking families, that was completely opposite of what the way Indians thought. And that virtually never happened. The settlers would put the wagons into a circle at night to keep animals crowded in and their children crowded in, and to protect themselves from weather, like the wind blowing over their prairie. They had nothing to do with Indian attacks. And the whole idea that a bunch of Indians would ride around the wagons in a circle and shoot into it and getting killed like crazy, massive numbers of them getting killed, is like, what? That didn't happen. That was something that we put in movies or television shows. In 1888, Nikola Tesla delivers a lecture describing the equipment that allow efficient generation and the use of alternating current to transmit electrical power over long distances. And in 1891, the International Electrotechnical Exhibition opens in Frankfurt, Germany, and will feature the world's first long-distance transmission of high-power, three-phase electric current, which is the most common thing we use today. In 1918, the Sedition Act of 1918 is passed by U.S. Congress, making criticism of the government during wartime an imprisonable offense, and it will be repealed 2 years later. In 1920, in Rome, Pope Benedict XV canonizes Joan of Arc. In 1929, in Hollywood, the first Academy Awards ceremony takes place. In 1960, Theodore Maiman operates the first optical laser, a ruby laser, at Hughes Research Laboratories in Malibu, California. In 1988, a report by the Surgeon General of the United States, C. Everett Koop, states that the addictive properties of nicotine are similar to those of heroin and cocaine. And in 2005, Kuwait once again permits women's suffrage in a National Assembly vote. When voting was first introduced into Kuwait in 1985, Kuwait women had the right to vote, but then soon after it was removed. There were demonstrations and other things that happened since then, where women were trying to get the right to vote, and there were other votes that were all shot down until 2005. Today's Bible verse of the day. Let the word of Christ dwell in you richly, teaching and admonishing one another in all wisdom, singing thankfulness in your hearts to God. Colossians 3:16. And from Shakespeare, neither a borrower nor a lender be, for a loan oft loses both itself and a friend, and borrowing dulleth edge of husbandry. This above all, to thine own self be true, and it must follow, as the night the day, thou canst not then be false to any man. Farewell, my blessing, season this in thee. Quote of the day. Nobody will believe in you unless you believe in yourself. Labrie. And we have a funny quote about the quarantine. Now that I'm quarantined, I finally realized that my only true hobbies were shopping and eating out. Anonymous. And that's a wrap for today. Thank you very much for watching my video. Over and out.